Rochambeau.
Wow, okay.
I know where Rochambeau came from, by the way.
Rochambeau.
It's actually the name of a general. Last name is French.
Okay. Did you guys know that when we die, our ears and nose
Continue growing.
yeah.
For how long?
As long as...
As long as they can.
No, like 2 inches.
That was beautiful.
Welcome back to Hold Your Horses, a podcast where we are detectives of the English language. We're doing good work here. Important work.
Solving mysteries that you can only find online.
I'm here. My name is Travis Bainbridge.
Good.
Joined by Daniel Atkins and
Also.
Thomas Christopher Atkins.
Oh, wow.
No,
I got
my
the middle name. What's Daniel's middle name?
My fellow sleuths. Sometimes I like to call him Jordan Daniel Atkins.
Sleuthers.
Jordan Daniel. You're being silly. As we just dive in.
Dig deep.
To, yeah.
We're on the hunt.
To what we use every day.
Yeah.
Words.
And you'd be surprised if you pay attention
Phrases,
to
sounds.
the way you talk,
Yeah.
how often an idiom will roll off your tongue.
Like chocolate.
Most of you are familiar with the expression, like chocolate rolls off your tongue, but for those of you that don't, Tom?
Yeah, Tom, take it away.
It's one of my faveries. Chocolate just rolls off my tongue.
And what chocolate do you prefer,
sweet.
Tom?
Dark.
Okay.
If you notice
So dark chocolate's a little...
The cocoa bean. My dark master.
It's a little more bitter, though.
Yeah.
I would say,
not
right?
too dark. I'm not talking 90%.
What, 70%?
80s, 70s.
75
68.
cacao? Yeah.
Cacao.
When did they start doing that? Is that recent? I've noticed you go in, because I do the darker chocolate now. I've noticed over time my palate has changed.
Yeah.
Whereas like a sweet milk chocolate is
nothing.
blah.
Yeah.
It doesn't do it for me. But then if you go too deep, I thought I was like, I'm all in on the dark, and I got
if you do the full dark, it is
pretty heavy.
It's like chalk.
Yeah. So anyway.
Avid listeners will remember that in the previous episode, I said that our next podcast should be about the culinary arts, and I think that this just kind of proves it, right? No prompting whatsoever. We just kind of jump into it. But I started with noses and ears, and Tom had that good joke at the beginning, because the idiom for this episode is, it's no skin off my nose. Okay, so
back to skin. I worried.
If you think back, yep. Again, avid listeners, back to by the skin of his teeth. Yeah. That was probably one that you distance yourself from.
Episode.
Yep, exactly. One of nightmares, but this one maybe will be a little calm.
Maybe.
But
we'll see.
So
because I've thought
not far from the teeth.
2 of the scariest Halloween costumes, 3 to come out of our podcast. 1, skin tooth man.
Yeah.
2, the guy with no skin on his nose.
Just
nose face,
the veins
the vein
and
and bone.
Wow, I didn't even think of
that. Tom's pickle guy is kind of a weird
shrivel fellow.
Anyway, back to you.
I think the earliest memory I have of this was from a man in the was it the 40s? No, 50s. It probably came out. It's A Wonderful Life.
Okay. Frank
Capra film with James Stewart.
Obviously.
Really good movie that holds up, actually. Really good. There's a moment that a character is talking to the villain of the movie, a kind of a miserly old man, and he's making a point and basically saying you should be concerned about this or whatever. The miser doesn't really listen to him, and then the gentleman making the point says, "Well, it's no skin off my nose."
Like he doesn't. He doesn't care anymore. Is that
like
what that?
It's not going to affect me. There's not going to be any skin cut off my nose. Okay.
Right.
But possibly implying there will be off of yours.
Of your nose. Yeah.
There's a slight sort of tongue-in-cheek.
There might be egg on your face or no skin on your nose, but doesn't affect me. So,
do the people also say no skin off my back, or am I just?
I think I've heard that.
It's something about skin on my back.
Different era.
Is it a different expression? No skin off my back.
That's when you're going under barbed wire fences. You say that one.
Well.
Okay.
There's no skin
back
off.
to the nose. The nose is smaller. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Let's not do the whole back.
No skin off my nose. And then Yep. I was very interested by this because I don't know where it came from, how it originated.
That would be cheating.
Do I have an idea?
Do you?
Nope.
Oh.
But another film comes to mind.
Where there's a
Chinatown.
guy without skin on his nose?
Well.
Oh.
So Chinatown.
Right.
Jack Nicholson. Really good. Okay. Well-known film. Okay.
We'll put it in
screenplay.
Sure. Yeah.
Robert Towne.
My list.
Launch that one.
Anyways, Jack Nicholson is like a private investigator, and he's investigating this big corrupt scheme.
Oh, it's like A Wonderful Life.
Dealing with nope.
It's very similar. Almost identical plot lines.
Anyway, so some thugs kind of catch him, and he's in a pickle, as they say. And one of the thugs pulls out his switchblade and kind of has him.
Oh boy!
And he cuts his nose.
Oh no!
Yeah. It's kind of like a warning. You know, they have him down, and then he kind of puts the tip of his blade in his nose and yanks his nose.
Peter Pan does that to Hook.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's right in the tip.
But nobody knows what
And then also kind of looking at screenwriting and symbolism and whatnot, private investigator Jack Nicholson, very nosy. Gets cut on his
nose in somebody else's business. And when people did that,
skin's coming off.
Don't go sticking your nose around here. And when they'd catch the private detectives snooping and sleuthing, they would sever the nose
as a warning to others.
Yeah.
So you'd walk around with your nose kind of bandaged, and people would be like, "All right, well, you were doing something you should have."
That's where the expression "that guy's a bit of a noser" came from.
A little bit of a
and that's
when
nose jobs started taking place.
Oh boy!
Oh, okay.
The guys that had the skin off their nose.
Skin off my nose.
Just
keep talking. Yeah.
Keep talking.
Wait, was that kind of your? That wasn't really a pitch.
It wasn't really a guess. It was more of a shot in the dark.
Okay, but I thought you were going somewhere.
Oh.
So. Was that your guess? Is that it came from
that film?
Well,
A Wonderful Life.
Private Detective.
What do you have to say?
I hear him.
Someone's trying to get through.
Maybe the mouse.
We have another caller.
Or the pickle.
Mousy, yeah. Caller 1, you're on the air.
No skin off my nose.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Well, what about
Tom, I haven't heard from you.
What about skin in the game? It could be from a game where you know when you fall in the asphole and your hands are tied behind your back.
I don't know.
I've never been in that situation, but
if
elaborate.
If you were,
sure.
I could
guess
imagine,
what's hitting first?
Your nose.
Your nose.
Yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of skin.
That would just be that's a pretty.
And then
brutal.
he had some skin in that game, and it's like off his nose.
I think skin in the game is a little darker.
Back than nose skin, or people would bet human skin.
Yeah.
You think back to Lorg? So. You're going back to Lorg.
No.
Because I could see Lorg easily.
Yeah, Lorg was a time when there wasn't any organized
mafias. Lorg was the
gladiator. Like you have someone who would fight for
their skin,
slaves, or that you would buy. So the skin in the game. If that person wins, exactly.
You get theirs.
I think that's a little.
Oh wow!
Jeez,
I didn't even.
I was kind of thinking more
skin in the game.
I was thinking getting hurt skin. You got some skin in that, like a football guy. He's all injured.
Wrong. Yeah.
It could be animal pelts. They would gamble, and they'd be like, "I wager you 7 beaver pelts."
But
he's got a lot of skin in the game.
I don't think it's called skin.
No, but they're called skins.
Oh, okay.
Also.
You just skin that deer.
Right.
Or that mountain lion.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I did the first thing when you said skin off my nose, I pictured the fall. I have a very clear image of a friend eating it on a skateboard. Wasn't handcuffed or bound like Thomas's childhood memories. But he fell. Who was that? And I just remember for a long time, a long nose.
Scab.
Like he literally took the skin off of his nose. But I mean, the nose definitely is the protuberance. It sticks out the furthest of the facial features.
Yeah.
But why no skin off my nose? It must mean that there was a time. It implies that there is, in some situation, skin is coming off the nose.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
There is an implication that it's not. There's no skin off my nose, but somebody.
Oh, yeah.
So is this? Would it be like a branding thing they would do with somebody who?
Or maybe early scalping, and they started with just little nips off the nose.
Off the nose, just a little.
It's like a little Zorro mark, like a Z, but just like little. Just enough to, like you were saying.
Right. Yeah, just a little.
You said it. Say it.
Remember you were talking about
you said
Robert
that,
De Niro.
And they had Band-Aids on their noses, so they knew if they were snooping.
I think that, and
skin off my nose.
Kind of jumping ahead. Well, this is one that we all mostly know. Is it nose to the grindstone?
Ooh, there it is. That's where it comes off.
So I think that it was a method of testing or something like that to where potentially skin could come off your nose, and
because you were working so hard.
Well, because you were the one to have to do that job.
The grindstone. What do you think is the job?
I don't know, but I think that it's something along those lines. So that if somebody says it's no skin, like I'm not doing that. No skin's coming off my nose.
You're no longer involved.
I'm not sniffing
in the process.
The train tracks.
Okay.
As the train goes by,
sure,
something like that.
That's a pretty common job. Is the train? Track
make sure those train tracks smell clean.
Jimmy, you go down and smell line 75. Oh yeah, it's all greased up. Okay, well, no skin off
from your blood.
No skin off my nose. But boy, you got quite a bloody mess there. You might want to go clean that up. You were kind of onto something with your comment of the grindstone.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm
something
not sure
spinning around.
He knows what a grindstone is,
but that's for catching fire.
What?
People would smell and would kind of like you don't want it to.
What?
Never mind. Keep going.
The grindstone, like where you sharpen something, it's this big thing.
Travis, I don't know.
And it's spinning.
Just keep moving. Yeah.
And if you're like getting
the stone where you sharpen things, not the fire starter. Well, it's good. Thomas didn't know what a cucumber.
Wait, keep going.
Yeah, it's this constantly spinning thing that you're sharpening. Sparks are flying. I bet. Sparks.
No, the mill. The wheat, and you would grind.
Keep your nose to the grindstone. You said the millstone.
To separate.
The millstone is what you throw around someone's neck.
There's a nose and a stone. That's what I know. And and it's because we had this conversation, I think. It's because you're trying to smell. You don't want, because it was two stones on top of each other.
We've never had this conversation.
It could spark. And then
all the
wheat
grain would get on fire?
Yeah.
We've never talked about that.
I wish we did. Can we go?
I could either look really dumb or really smart on this, and I'm gonna
lean into it, Trav. Lean into it hard.
But anyways, I
was picturing.
So yeah,
and perhaps you're right. I'm not gonna deny that you might have a shot in the dark, but I was picturing they're sharpening the knife. They're really focused on their work. They're getting in there, making sure it's nice and sharp. And if they leaned in too far on their nose to the grindstone, it would take a little skin off their nose. And then no skin in the game, but the no skin off my nose is like I'm backing away from the situation, and I'm not gonna be right in the mix. I'm not gonna be like put my nose up to the stone.
Okay.
But are you looking for it?
I am.
Because if you can tell, we're winding down.
No, I just want to know
the answer.
I would bet 80% of our 7 listeners just are like, what the crap does it mean? And they just skip all the nonsense and go to the end.
And
no.
You think they listen?
By this time, they love us.
They do?
Yeah.
They have to.
For sure.
They have nothing else to do.
They don't.
Like, we're like an episode of...
Clearly, they don't.
Tom, are you going to say something?
Oh, I was going to say like an episode of their favorite show that they just can't miss.
Okay.
And I'll be there for you.
Mm-hmm. Not as good as Friends, but
no, but that's a catchy thing. No skin off my... See, are you looking it up? Because I feel like I'd like to see this. So time period, I'm going to go with the mills, the grindstone age, like the Daniel Boone. Mm-hmm. We're kind of in the frontier again. We're always back in the frontier. There's probably a horse involved or a mule.
And Daniel Boone would have been the one to coin it because he's the one making knives. No, Bowie. Jim Bowie. Yeah,
that's great. Daniel Boone, Davy Crockett, and old Jim Bowie. Yep. Yeah, he had his nose the grindstone. I'll tell you that much, and possibly lost a little skin off his nose during the siege of the Alamo.
I think they all lost some skin off their nose in that one.
So while we're killing time as Travis learns how to use the internet.
Well, I don't know how to use
an iPad.
This
skin off my nose. And I'm just going to say Shakespeare, just to,
I bite my
teeth.
I
feel like all of us can just do that.
Say
Shakespeare. I call Shakespeare. I call Shakespeare.
I call Shakespeare.
Yeah, I call Shakespeare. I call Shakespeare and the Bible.
Yeah.
Shakespeare and the Bible and in Chinatown, was that what you?
Yep, that's the one.
I can't.
And what's the other one he said? The movie
A Wonderful Life.
Wonderful Life.
Yep.
I wonder if it's connected to the guillotine at all. Like maybe pre the whole head. They had a little nose guillotine.
Well, depending on your infraction,
right? Yeah,
how severe it was, they would just shave your nose off.
He's just caught for shoplifting, so we're just gonna do the nose guillotine and take a little skin off.
Nose nip.
Okay, this is sick. I'm just picturing a potato peeler, just one slip on the nose.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes
to get that skin off.
They call that a noser. The old nostril.
Okay.
There's
a lot going
Travis
on.
Travis is looking at 4 devices right now.
Okay. Listeners, what we've tried to do, and if you've stuck with us since the pilot, you know
more
that,
power to you.
Yeah. Good for you.
Wow.
Way to hang in there. But you've known that this is not a academic pursuit. Yeah,
there are some big words.
I think in our tagline, idioms for idiots. We
probably
that says it all.
Probably should put in bold.
But what?
Idiots.
I'll
maybe
underline
it.
Yeah,
different font.
But we do try to get our information from kind of legitimate sources. So tirelessly. And that is why your donations help, okay, tirelessly. We spend our hours in the day. Yeah. We miss birthdays for this. Trying to look up the origins from verified
my wife
sources.
Is literally putting the kids to bed right now.
So from the
highly touted,
reputable, the American Heritage Dictionary of Idioms.
Where else are you gonna go?
So, no skin off one's nose, meaning not harmful or bothersome to one, as in, I don't care if you stay home, it's no skin off my nose.
I don't.
This expression probably arose in boxing, but there is no evidence to prove it. Early 1900s.
Ouch.
But
on his phone.
But what we have here, okay.
Going away from the Oxford Dictionary to Reddit.
Urban.
Purely Google, no skin off my nose. Just in case you're not sure. Means that you can simply go ahead and do what you want, as it will make no difference to the other person.
Doesn't matter.
It's said to have originated from boxing. But we think that this suggestion is much more macabre. It's believed that in 16th century England, much to the disdain and annoyance of the king, an unsavory cult existed. Hell-bent on destroying them, the king sent his men onto the streets to try and dismantle the gatherings.
Yeah.
The cult's response was to be more covert about their activities, and wherever they met, there was a small hole made in the door. To mark that they were followers of the cult, worshippers would draw a small mole on the side of their nose and would have to push their noses through the aforementioned hole in order to enter.
What in God's green earth?
If no mole was visible, say if it belonged to a king's guard, then a slice of skin would be taken off with a sharp implement. Nasty.
Wow. What's the source?
This is
Steve from Ohio.
This is from
Psycho Steve.
From yourlifechoices.com.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways,
no citations or anything.
Third source, funkyenglish.com. Let's see.
Funky English. Use them a couple times. Why would the guard even know to just walk up to the door and be like, hey, there's a hole in this door. I'm going to shove my nose through it and then hope for the best. And they're like, you got a mole on your nose? And he's like,
wait, just a second.
Wait.
Hold on. Oh, wait, now, yeah, I got one now.
Okay, this expression originated from the sport of boxing. Imagine a light punch landing on the nose, inflicting little damage. Such a punch is unlikely to bother the boxer.
I don't know about that.
Oh, so it's like you're taking the blow to the nose,
and you're like, that doesn't hurt.
Knock you out.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I'd rather say that's no like glance off my shoulder.
Yeah, nose would be like the worst spot to get.
Good. That's the one that breaks all the time in boxing.
You look at boxers' noses; they look like cauliflower.
Yeah, we should have talked more about the fact that the nose does have quite a bit of cartilage. On the tip.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has any relevance.
You could lose a little skin off that.
Right.
And when it hurt too bad.
Well, it's perfect real estate to put a mole.
Right.
Well, and it grows back, 2 inches a year after you're dead?
So you should be
That's
fine.
That's a good point. Yeah, even if it was shaved off.
Can you look up skin on my back, off my back, just real quick? You can't. I will. My goodness.
No. Let me look at my verified source.
Is that site blocked?
No.
Because skin off my back, I was thinking is like,
wait.
from the days of being flogged.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, what does skin off my back mean? Because if we can find the source of that,
we can flip the body around.
Then we're probably good. Oh, it's just a derivation of no skin off my nose. Other body parts have been used as well. Elbow, knee, ear.
Skin off my
that's
elbow.
No skin off my big toe. It means no concern. Hold on, there's not much information about why back became more popular than other parts. But that's what I was going to guess.
Well, if you go back to Bible times, no skin off certain things would mean a whole different ball game.
Put your nose to the...
Don't look that one up. I'm looking it up.
Give the shirt off your back. Put your nose to the grindstone. Escape by the skin of your teeth. All very, they're just maybe a mix, a jumble, if you will, of idioms.
Skin off your teeth.
Yeah. That's no skin off my teeth. That's not even a little bit.
Because I don't have it.
That's no hair off my head.
Right. The dentist comes in. He's like, sorry, no skin off your teeth. I don't know.
I was wrong about nose to the grindstone. So
okay.
That's all right.
Is it what we said?
It was like to work hard.
Yeah. And you thought it
nothing about wheat.
You thought it was like a wheat fire in some old mill.
I've got egg on my face. No skin off my nose.
Boy,
have we done that one?
Not yet.
Nose to the grindstone?
No, egg on my face.
Egg on your face? Hey, I got egg on my face. Jeez. Everybody look. I don't like it.
Look, don't I look funny?
Yeah. Funny guy, egg on my face.
Funny guy, egg on my face.
Always
we're all cracking eggs
Halloween
and cracking
costume,
jokes. Right?
Egg. The Eggman. Cuckoo Cuckoo.
Crack up. There was a crack idiom that I was looking
at. The cracker? Release the cracker.
Something crack. There's something about crack.
Crack?
Yeah. Crack up.
Don't step on the crack.
Crack till you'll break your mother's back.
Children. You guys sang it the same way.
Crack up? Like, that makes me crack up.
Hold Your Horses is produced by Jack Hazard and is lovingly edited and engineered by Isaac Barnett.